I am coming on a little impromptu this morning because I had a client to reschedule, and she needed to reschedule, and I thank God because she's got some great things going on in her life, and to also, okay, you said moving, believing I'll be working at the KID Museum as a volunteer coordinator. One more interview. Okay. All right. Well, I'll be praying that that interview goes well for you, Kendra, because you that sounds like some good things for you. But I am proud of you again for what you are able to accomplish. Good morning, Dorothy, all the way from Hinesville, Georgia. How are you, ma'am? Good to see you this morning. Good to see you. Look, I just came on very impromptu because I was supposed to have a client from 10 to 11, and she needed to reschedule for very good reason. And so I'm excited about the things that are going on in her life. But also, I was coming on because I was talking to a friend of mine this morning and someone on yesterday about how busy our lives are and our calendars are booked. I mean, it's something every weekend and every day. And you just get to a point where you look at your calendar and it's like, oh my God, you know. And I can understand the importance, and I have been a proponent of time management because we have so much in our lives that we have to do. And so when I was speaking with someone yesterday and my friend this morning, and she was telling me how booked every weekend, she has every weekend booked, and my weekends are booked. And when trying to reschedule with my client who had to cancel this morning, trying to jockey for time because she's busy. You know, I've already got clients and things scheduled, and the summertime is coming, so our weekends are busier. And so when I look at it, you know, it's the importance of time management is real, and how we manage our time and making sure that how we're using our time, that we're very fruitful. And it's not just being busy, you know, just being busy is not cute anymore. You know, is more important on what it produces. You know, that we're all busy, we all got things we can be doing, and yet sometimes it seems like nothing seems to be happening. We're busy doing so many things, and what's really going on. So every year in the summer, I used to want to be a public school teacher. And I admired that summertime schedule off. And even though I'm not a public school teacher, I do teach. But I wanted that calendar, you know, work all year and be off on the summers. So I tried to build my business calendar around that. And sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes I'm able to take several weeks off back to back. One year just to shut down and revamp with my company. I took the whole summer off. I took from May to probably about late August, September, because I just needed that time. But I'm the type of person, I don't take a whole lot of vacations because I do like microcations, I call them. Or sometimes well, hey, Mr. Nathaniel J., how you doing this morning, sir? But I don't take a whole lot of vacations. I see people, you know, vacations, and that's beautiful to see people enjoying themselves. But I take microcations. That when I have time, I take it. When I need time, I take it, because self-care is important. That is the most important thing you do, is take care of yourself. So, you know, we've heard the saying, build a life you don't have to take a vacation from. And the thing I just want to say, I'm so proud of you and all that you're doing and what you do and how well you do it, sir. I admire your artistry and who you are. You need a vacation? Okay, well, listen. You know, we all here do what you love. And I mentioned that in a video I did the other day. Do what you love. But sometimes you don't always love what you do and how you do. You love aspects of it. You love the end result. You love what you're able to offer people. But everybody's not able to just be so in love with their job. And as I was getting ready to say, we've all heard the saying, live a life that you don't have to take a vacation from. I feel that, I understand that. But in all actuality, we all need a break or a change of scenery from time to time. So I don't take vacations the way the average person does. If I'll take a day here, a day there, I may take a long weekend. My family, we'll go somewhere. I love it that when work and play go hand in hand, and sometimes when I have to travel to speak or travel to facilitate something, I will use a day or so around that to take a vacation, or sometimes it feels like vacation. And so even in the summertime, my schedule is different. So I came on to say, earlier I was telling everybody that I was talking to a friend this morning about how booked our calendars are. And time management is very important. One thing I use, and this I'll just throw this out there, is I use time blocks where I will say that this particular organization or activity gets this amount of time per month or this amount of time per week. And I block that time out for that. And it helps because I don't allow anything to come and interrupt it because I've already scheduled. Now, there's times where I have to be flexible, but sometimes you have to be committed. And that's one thing I want to say too. When it comes to commitment, we got to beef up our etiquette when it comes to when people invite you to something, whether it be they do it in person or send you an invite or they build an event on social media. It is so crazy to me how people will say they're going to go to something and then the day of or a week before, they withdraw their commitment or they withdraw their RSVP like it's nothing. Or they say something came up and it's not an emergency. And I always wonder, how would you let something come up when you've already made a commitment? And those of you who know what it's like, chime in. When you have planned something, whether it be personal or professional, you've gotten the venue, you put your deposits on food, on the guest speaker or whatever, and people have committed to come. And then all of a sudden, the day before, whatever, you get all these people backing out or, and I'm wondering what happened to social etiquette when you honor your commitment, when you keep your RSVP. And sometimes that has to do with time management. So I find that time blocking helps me because once I block a time for that, I'm committed. And it even goes down to even the use of my phone. I block time. This is what time I'm using my phone for this. This is what time I'm using my phone. Because if I don't, I'll get caught up. Things won't get done. But I just wanted to say, it's happened to you many times. People back out. Or, if something comes up, Nathaniel, and it's an emergency, I think everybody understands that. It's just those times when it's not an emergency. Y'all give me some likes if this is vibing with anybody. When it's not an emergency and people just back out. And it's like, what happened to being thoughtful? What happened to being considerate? That somebody prepared a place for you to come. Somebody prepared for something. And I don't have nothing coming up, so don't worry about it. I'm not talking about me. But when somebody prepares something for you or for people and then they just opt out. Like it's nothing. So I wish we could reestablish some social etiquette that let your yes be yes and your no means no. And if you get to a point where you're overbooking yourself, check yourself on that. Check yourself on that to see how you can better manage your time. I don't know. Time blocking works for me. Maybe it'll work for you. But, when it comes time to even vacationing, make sure you take, good morning, Nigel. Sir, how are you doing? Make sure you take time for yourself. Because if you don't take care of yourself, other people tend to take cues and they begin to treat you the same way. You teach people how to treat you. So the things you do and don't do for yourself, you're teaching lessons every day consistently to all of your personal and professional relationships. They begin to treat you how you treat yourself. So taking time for you, making time for you. But, our calendars can get very booked, but make sure that what you're booking, what you're committing to is beneficial to you, that is fruitful. And everything doesn't have to be serious. Everything doesn't have to always have a reason. You can have frivolous time. I remember a friend of mine, I said, I don't have time for this. I don't have time for that. And one thing he said, book your playtime. And that's what I begin to do. I begin to block. This is when I'm just me. This is time for me and my family. This is time for work. This is time for social events. This is time for social groups. This is time for my volunteerism. And when things go beyond that, that's when your schedule gets all conflicted and you begin to back out on things you committed to. And then people don't trust your word. That's one thing I can say. If I tell you I'm going to be there, rest assured I'm going to be there. And with everything that's in me, I'm going to be on time. And I love to receive the same courtesy. And when I don't, it lets me know how people value me or not. Value you don't just find in money. Value you find in how people treat your time. And chime in if that resonates in any way. Let me know, so I know I'm talking to the right people. Like I said, this video is very impromptu. I'm on because I had a client who necessarily had to reschedule, and I admire that. So all rescheduling isn't bad. It's just I think we can do better. And then when it comes to our time, taking that self-care time to maintain your own health, your mental health. I know mental health is a topic that's being discussed quite a bit with some celebrities who have allegedly, in some cases knowingly committed suicide. They get a whole lot of high-profile attention because of who they are. And then people rush and start talking about, I appreciate people putting up the number for the suicide hotline and those things to help people who need help. But a lot of times it's somebody that's sitting right beside you who needs help. And maybe sometimes they feel overwhelmed because their calendar's out of whack or because their relationships are out of whack. Good morning, Jason, brother already, all the way from Houston. But you never know what can cause overwhelm. You never know what can cause people to feel like, they just can't take it anymore. And so mental health is a topic that I hope stays in the news and stays in the now because a lot of people are dealing with it. But I just wanted to convey that, your time is important. If your schedule is booked and your calendar is booked, make sure those things that are on there are fruitful and that they also benefit you. And that you're not always giving and doing and going for other people, but in some kind of way, not that you want to be self-serving, but you also want to make sure you get something out of it, from time to time. I'm a proponent of public service. Good morning again, Jason. And I also know that you cannot be a great public servant when you're torn down and broken down. So the summertime is a time where a lot of people use for self-care. I know that I even shift sometimes my coaching module in the summertime because I love the beach. Y'all see my beach scene right behind me? The beach is my favorite place. Ever since I was a little girl, I wrote my first book, the Book of Purpose, the New Testament. I wrote that book on Atlantic Beach in North Carolina in 1998. I wrote the majority of that book. I didn't release it until 2013. But the beach is always my favorite place. When I used to write a lot of music and publish and produce a lot of music, I wrote at the beach. I love the beach. And it has a tendency to be relaxing, whatever. So in the summertime, I even change my coaching location. And I do seaside coaching, conversations, and consultations at the beach. I noticed that it opens up those clients who choose to take that option. It opens up so many different waves of creativity and growth and development. And we can come up with so many ideas just because the location changes. So I'm looking forward to doing that. Taking some of my clients to seaside coaching. That's, like I said, when I do conversation, coaching, and consulting at the beach, on the beach. So I'm ready for that. And so y'all chime in. What's some of the things you might be doing this summer that's different? And when I do seaside coaching, and not only does it help them, but it helps me. It's my favorite place. They tend to be more relaxed. You can get more done. You're not as aware of the clock. So it's just real cool to me. So I came on, like I said, to question your calendar. What's on it that's got us so busy that sometimes we can't take time or make time to be with those we love and we love and say we care about the most. Sometimes I'm guilty. I gotta change some things on my calendar right now, all because of some things that I've been made aware of this morning. So. And then if time blocking helps, like I said, that may be something. Hello, Tawana. Good to see you, ma'am. But if time blocking may help. But find a way to, hey, oh, that made me feel so special. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. I appreciate that. But yeah, you can have better etiquette with social media when you manage your time either spending it on social media. And this is another thing, and I know I'm kind of going off a little bit, but when I'm with someone, I am with them. They have my time and my attention because I value time above anything else. I value people's time. So when I'm with you, I'm with you. And I got a lot of people, relatives included. You don't never answer your phone. I don't answer my phone when I'm with you either. If I'm with you, and unless it's an emergency, I know I have a different set of rules when I'm away from my family because of emergencies. But when I am with people, I am with you. I'm not checking my phone. I'm not sending texts because I value time. Good morning, Donna. I really, really, really value people's time because that's one thing you can't get back. You can get money back. You can even give back a favor, but you cannot give back time. And Pastor Paul Gaskins told me that years ago, before cell phones was even a big thing. I was cooking. I was at my parents' house. My dad was a bishop at the time, and his friend was Pastor Paul Gaskins. He happened to be the pastor who married Owen and I. And he was trying to talk to me about something, and I was cooking. We had a lot of people coming, and a friend of mine, Annie, she and I were cooking this big meal. We had to cook for days. Something was going on at the church we had to cook for. We had to cook for things at the house. And I was just busy. And I'd sit down for a second, and I'd get up and check and stir a pot. And he said, come here for a second. And he sat me down. And I hope I don't cry, but if I do, it'll be all right. But he sat me down and he said, listen, he said, one thing you have to learn to do, and people will always value you for it, is if you respect their time. He said, I feel very disrespected at the moment. I know you're busy. He said, but I came here to spend time with you just for a moment. And if you would give me your time, I would appreciate it. Respect people. You can love people most when you respect their time. So that's kind of where I am. That's who I am. I'm not a person that does a whole lot of stuff. I'm not a person you'll see all out and about, because I like intimate conversations, like being one-on-one or small groups of people, personally and professionally, because I feel like I can use my time better and I can appreciate their time because time means so much. So again, I know I'm being kind of redundant, but I wanted people who are just chiming in to catch up on why I even started the video this morning, was because I had a client who had to reschedule, and I figured I could make better use of time. I blocked time for her, but she had a very good reason why she had to reschedule. We're working on rescheduling, but I noticed how busy, how booked my calendar was when I couldn't even fit her in next week because of other things I have going. They're good things. They're things I plan to do. They're work related, but I couldn't fit her in. I was like, wait a minute. And then my friend I was talking to this morning, she and I were talking about how booked we are for the next few weekends all the way through August. And I went back and looked at my calendar, and I had to take some things off because some of them weren't fruitful. Some of them were totally just random. So I have to have a rhyme and a reason to why I do certain things. And so sometimes people may wonder why you don't do that event versus this event. Whether it be that people think I'm too serious, which I'm not. When it comes to time, I'm serious about it. So I just wanted to offer those things and to kind of check in with you all to see what you're doing this summer that's different. Like I said earlier, I don't really take long extended vacations. I take microcations. I take vacation here and there. I may take an extra day here. I may take some time over there because I'm as one of my girlfriends told me, she said, "You're a homebody." I said, "Yeah, I like my house." So, but that's just how I choose to operate in the world. But I'm looking forward to the summer. Y'all just don't know. You just don't know. One of these days you will find out that I have moved back down to the beach. But I am going to enjoy TracyMac seaside coaching, conversations, and consulting this summer when I get the privilege and the honor to take some of my clients who choose to opt for that to the beach to have their sessions. I can't wait, sugar. I can't wait. You hear me, baby? We're going to have a good time. And not only just a good time, but you just don't know what that type of atmosphere produces. So I'm looking forward to it. And then in the fall, Looking forward to possibly, depends on how we put it out there, how we choose to market it or not. I've got some people that want coach certification. I haven't done a certification in almost 2 years because I was looking at the coaching industry and the market to see where it stands, because coaching to some degree has gotten diluted with so many people rushing into the market just for money's sake and not really getting certified, not getting the right credentials, not it's Kendra, be more social this summer. And Donna says, amen, with respect to people's time. That shows your level of care and love. Yes, it does. Yes, it does. Yes, it does. But yeah, just I'm looking forward to some things in the fall. Like I said, coaching has changed from the time I got into it back in 2004. It has really changed. There were very few people who were life coaches back then that I was aware of. And then as the industry has grown, the level of offerings have grown, the types of coaching has grown, consultation has changed. And so I didn't offer any coach certification courses because I like to sit back and observe before I just throw stuff out there flippantly, because I like to be concentrated and effective and strategic when I do things. So we're looking at potentially opening some coach certifications, and something I used to do before called coaching at the round table. That's for coaches who are existing coaches and consultants who just need a place to come playing. Oh, Jason, you gonna be playing and producing music? You know you're gonna have to. I'm gonna have to hear it. You know I'll buy. So once you put it out there, let me know. So I could, cause you're a smooth dude. You smooth on the keys. Okay, I give it to you. So, but so I'm looking forward to that. Also looking forward to in the fall to be hosting and facilitating many more mental health first aid trainings as a nationally and state certified mental health first aid instructor. Looking forward to doing that to get more people aware of how to support people that may have mental health issues. What are the signs and symptoms? How do you provide them help, care, and resources? Because mental health is a part of our health. A lot of times when we think about health, we think about just the physical, our heart, our mind, we think about diseases like diabetes and high blood pressure and cancer and all of that. But there are some diseases of the mind, and that there's a difference between a mental health episode, mental health illness, and mental health disorders. What are those? How do we know the difference, and what are the signs and symptoms? So we'll be offering mental health first aid training in the fall, and that's a 1-day class. And if any of these things you're interested in, just shoot us an email, TracyMac at lifecoachtracymac.com for more information. This is not an advertising moment. I just wanted to come on and share about time, your calendar, spending time with people. When you are with people, be with them. Ain't nothing like eye contact, a touch, a smile, and knowing somebody hears you, whether or not they can do anything about it. So just enjoy your time, enjoy your summer, enjoy one another, enjoy growth and changes, because change is inevitable. I went to a church service some weeks ago, and the speaker said, change is going to happen. And the example he used, he said, a puppy will turn into a dog. Change is inevitable. It's natural and human, but transformation has to be intentional. And I loved when he said that, and I was like, yeah. So but yeah, change is inevitable. We're all going to change. We're getting older. We changed. Good morning, Brandy Butler. Good to see you, ma'am. We all change. So change is inevitable. Like he said, a puppy will change into a dog. We can change our hair. We can change our clothes. We change. We get older. We lose weight. We gain weight. Change is inevitable. But transformation is intentional. And so with that being said, enjoy your time. Use it wisely. Enjoy your summer. Have a great, explore. Do something different. Be with different people. Learn something new. Love life. I love life. I love life like never before. And I hope that's contagious in some way, even coming across the video. Another thing, I had somebody say, talking about Owen and Jada. Y'all know he's a cut up. And Jada, I can't win with either one of them, baby. I'm telling you. But, what's going on behind the scenes? With us, what you see is what you get. And anybody who knows me, whether you met me yesterday or 35, 40 years ago, It's not that I'm so much as the same. I'm honest. What you see is what you get. I tried the game of trying to be different. I've tried the game of being hypocritical, and it doesn't work. So I'm just glad to be alive. I'm glad to be healthy. I'm glad to be whole, and I'm glad to be imperfect. And that's just me. So I appreciate y'all for listening and chiming in and vibing with me. You can continue to comment even when I'm gone from the video. I just want to appreciate you for the relationships that I've developed on and off social media. I thank God for you. Maybe we can connect and off of Facebook. But again, enjoy your summer. When you see me on the beach, I plan to be there quite a bit. So taking advantage of my seaside conversations, coaching, and consulting. Can y'all tell how excited I am about that? Because I keep saying it. Because when I started it a couple years ago, I was like, yeah, this is gonna work. And so I love it. So looking forward to it. You guys spend time with those you love and love the time you spend with them. And remember to be kind, to be excellent, to be authentic, to be generous. And while you're at it, go ahead and be extraordinary. On purpose, through mission, with passion and compassion. I'm TracyMac. Much love and peace.